Clark, you admire rebounding. You were a terrific rebounder yourself. What makes these teams so great on the glass?
Well, Kevin, a few things. One, they emphasize it. They prioritize rebounding the basketball. And then they send everybody to the glass. A lot of guys for each of these teams goes to the board, and the work ethic is outstanding.
That hustle, and you were a hustler, but I know you admire that as much as anything, don't you?
That's a big part of rebounding, hustling.
5 to shoot. The 76ers need to get off a shot. They get it back. Embiid, no good. And here are the Nets. Their last meeting was in Philadelphia, where they were unable to fight off the 76ers.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, sloppy play sabotage. I mean, they'll have to be much more focused this time around.
Stolen by Durant. Here's Irving. That's good, and it's KD with the assist.
And Durant just great at picking apart the defense. When they leave one of his guys open, he is quick to get the ball to them.
Here's Embiid. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Buries the long-range jumper.
And he... likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And a great front office in Brooklyn. General Manager Sean Marks taking over in 2016, and he just signed an extension.
And you know, guys, that San Antonio tree has some great branches on it all over the league, and he's one of them. I mean, he's been a player, a coach, has worked in the front office. Marks understands all sides of the basketball business.
The Nets making a switch here. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for the Nets. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors. Irving double team. And stolen by Richardson. And Simmons slams it in.
Well, you can't give up this kind of positioning, not to a guy like Simmons. I mean, all you're asking for is to get burned if you do.
Allen. It's deflected. On the wing, Harris. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. And here's Richardson outside. The shot that time, not on target. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Durant feeling it out a bit. Over Simmons. Irving double team. Outside, KD. Clock is at 3. Pass to Irving. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Horford in the post. And stolen by Jordan. Back to Irving. Pass to Jordan. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Jordan very efficient in the paint because of his length. Close to the bucket, he's hard to deal with.
Embiid with it. Puts it up. Misses off the left iron.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one. Boy, I covered Jared Allen in college, and you look at the physical profile he's got. 7.5-foot wingspan, big hands, explosive, really good athlete. And he's got all the tools and an upside without limits.
Here's Jordan. Pass to Allen. That one off the back iron and out.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Back to Korkmaz. To the inside. And stolen by Irving. Here's KD. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
And when Irving is feeling it, he's untouchable. A prime-time scorer who can spot up as well as create for himself.
Here's Korkmaz. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. It's tipped. Allen with it. Now defended by Embiid. Got a piece of it. They recover it. And he makes that one. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle sticks for Brooklyn?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover. That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
KD draws the double. Nobody near Irving. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Irving's got 5 points so far.
I love the three-point shooting of Irving. Excellent at dialing it in from deep, and you've got to respect his range.
And the 76ers decide to take their first timeout here.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
And here's Harris from the arc.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
To end the run, gets it to go from beyond the arc. He has 6.
Yeah, you know, the three-point range Harris has added to his game makes him that much harder to defend. He always is somebody you've got to be aware of.
And that concludes the first quarter of... And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And from Brooklyn, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Dick
Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. The Nets have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. And the first one at the line is good.
And at this point, there simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list will he land when we talk about the unstoppable scorer.
And then Durant with the dunk.
Boy, LeVert's showing you his unselfishness there. I mean, if you're open, he loves getting you the ball.
The drive by Simmons. Tried to tip it in, but couldn't quite get it. And with Durant, perhaps the most amazing part, he can have quiet nights, Greg, of 30-plus points.
Kevin, his scores are just so easy for him that you forget you aren't supposed to see 7-foot sharpshooters doing it. He can score from anywhere in any fashion and can hold his own with any player in history in terms of how unguardable he is.
And he makes good on the layup. Durant's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, I love the speed that Durant has. I mean, fantastic at slashing into the paint and scoring right at the rim. That length of stride of his and his speed, lethal combination.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. To the paint. And KD throws it down.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You just got to marvel at his greatness.
Horford's shot is good.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the notch out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
Here's KD. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Pass to Milton. Robinson with it. He's guarded by Chandler. Chandler with the block. And they'll keep possession. 4 on the shot clock. And here's Simmons for 3. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Mark, as you're watching a game unfold, what characteristics do you look for in a great closer?
Obviously confidence, a real eagerness to make difference-making plays late, and somebody who can create his own shot if a play breaks down. I mean, that's essential.
The 76ers trailed by 5. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
That one drops for him.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And here's Harris from the arc. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Here's LeVert. He doesn't hit that one. Now the 76ers take it the other way. And the call will be against Karis LeVert. That is his first foul of the game. The Nets making a switch here. Here's Embiid. Fires for 3. Another miss by Philadelphia. Nets leading by 7. Here's Irving. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I don't know if there's a player in the league that has better handles than Kyrie Irving. As a matter of fact, his handles are as good as any I've seen in the history of the game. Smooth, crafty, cunning. Man, it is so much a joy to watch this guy do his thing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Pass to Claxton. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And, you know, questions for the Sixers about fit between their 2 young stars in Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are legitimate questions, because when young players are that talented, it sometimes is hard for them to sacrifice their own games for the good of the team.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Prince outside. Down low. The kick out to Irving. Timeout called the Nets. 8 seconds left in the first half. Inside. Here's Claxton. That's in, coming off the assist from KD. Claxton's got 4 points in the quarter.
Embiid really good at shooting in rhythm.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Brooklyn. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back right after this. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Pass to Claxton. Embiid comes with a double team. Outside, KD. Shot clock at 5. Out to Harris. Lets the 3 fly. Rejected by Harris.
What a block from Harris. Terrific work there.
It's tipped. And that'll be Philadelphia as it goes out of bounds, 76. Retained possession. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
Good ball movement here by the 76ers. In the corner, Horford with it. Got a piece of it. Durant with the steal. Throws it up high.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Greg, you get so caught up in how great Durant is at scoring that you forget sometimes about his other terrific offensive skills.
You know, KD doesn't really get a lot of recognition for his passing, but he has fantastic vision. I mean, arguably, he might be the most underrated superstar ever. Sees so many double teams and does a great job of getting the ball out to open teammates.
Pass to Claxton. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Nets making a switch here. The 76ers trail by 7. Here's Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
Irving attacking. Here's Jordan. The shot off that time. Good D by Embiid.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Simmons on the wing. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Nets leading by 5. Here's Irving. Good work defensively by Richardson.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Irving. He's got 9. Irving double team. Chandler outside. Clock at 6. KD's shot is off. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for the 76ers. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half.
just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Outside, Katie. Trying to end the drought. And finished off by Katie.
I like seeing Durant slam that one down. I mean, he's just powering it home thanks to that incredible position.
There's 1:17 left in the third. Brooklyn leading by 5. And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago after stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent. They're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well.
You know, guys, it's not surprising to hear that Joel Embiid gets a lot of inspiration from Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon. And both came to the game late. Both represent the continent of Africa. And Embiid really kind of modeled his game after Hakeem, and that's a heck of a model.
Chandler outside. Pass to Irving. 6 to shoot. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Now here's Embiid. Right now, checking his stats, he's averaging over 23 points a game. So here's Burks. To the middle. And Embiid throws it down.
It's dangerous now letting Embiid get this deep. You're asking to get posterized with the throwdown.
Irving with the ball. He's got 14. Pass to KD. Off the mark. And so it's Brooklyn. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The 76ers trail by 7. Chandler with the steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Embiid.
And Kevin Durant, every night you can trust that he's going to bring focus, effort, and commitment. That's pretty much all one can ask for.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Ball's knocked loose. Chandler with the steal. Outside Durant. And then Durant with the jam.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
Here's Embiid. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Outside, KD. Down low. Here's Harris. Prince outside. Just 5 on the clock. Left side, Durant. Well, that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Stolen by O'Quinn. Pass to Richardson. The rebound by Prince. Brooklyn leading by 9. And then Durant with the dunk.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Count that one. KD's got the lead up to 13 now for Brooklyn. Clark, over the last couple decades, the role of the big man has changed and required more skill outside shooting among them.
Yeah, that's one of the things. And then the ability to move your feet defensively.
Yes.
Because the three-point shot spaces the floor so much, and a lot of times teams will have 4, maybe 5 perimeter shooters out there regardless of size. So big guys, if they're going to play in that type of an alignment, have to be able to move their feet and effectively guard perimeter players and also make shots from the perimeter as well.
Amazing to see guys that big out there sometimes with a one-on-one with the guard, like on the three-point line.
No doubt. And also the big guys, we've got a ton of them, Kevin, across the league that can really knock down the three-point shot.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Allen. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous. Well, you look at Ben Simmons and that great body of his and the skills of a guard. That is an incredibly unique combination.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Brooklyn?
Guys, one of the themes in this game has been how much of their scoring has come off turnovers.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Clark standing 6'10". Has there ever been a player Ben Simmons' size or bigger who could handle and pass like this?
I really don't think so, Kevin. Obviously, LeBron is 2 inches shorter and probably 15 pounds heavier. Giannis is more of a scorer than a passer and facilitator. Magic Johnson was the first of the true 6'8"-ish point guards. He might be the closest when you look at Ben Simmons, but man, he's special because of that size and passing ability.
The wide open look for Durant. It doesn't go for him. And it's Philadelphia the other way. And there's the call on Chandler. That is his first foul of the game. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Another miss by Philadelphia. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 16-5 run here.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Brooklyn.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for KD.
Boy, this game really had his name all over it. I mean, he relished being the guy to carry the load offensively.
And that's his MO. Sometimes he can score more points by himself than the rest of the team.
Trains the three-pointer.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Shoots from the elbow. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
Lays it up and banks it in. KD's got 34 points.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
Pass to Irving. It's deflected.
Out of bounds.
So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. "16 seconds left in the fourth. Here's KD. Again, the Nets for 2.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan.